Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your retro future boy Ricky Summer here, and today I've come back in time to take a look at Kenshi. This is a game about building up a squad, ganging up on helpless individuals, beating them senseless with tennis rackets, possibly kidnapping them in the process, stealing all their stuff, taking it to the local bar, selling it for a profit just so you can buy food to survive another day. I'm really excited to get into it, but first, a message from our sponsor.
Hey, you. Don't be a drone.
Alright, so all jokes aside, this is Kenshi, and it very well might be the most unique game I've ever played. It's an open world RPG with RTS elements, of all things. It's kind of a mishmash of a whole bunch of different genres, and it kind of just works. It's fantastic. It also feels very much like a space sim, like the X series, interestingly enough. Because you can, it's like a space sim on land. You know, you start off with one character, one human, one ship, you know, and you do a few things, and then you can hire more people, and you can set up automation, or you can just roll around as a squad and kill people and loot them, or go hunting. And apparently there's fishing involved, there's mining, absolutely, which is what I've spent a lot of my time doing. And right now I'm just being a scumbag, and I'm beating people up and stealing all their stuff and selling it. Is it the most lucrative pursuit ever? No, not really, but hey, I'm much better equipped to take on fights now. Okay, so how's this game structured? It's weird, man. It's real weird. So it plonks you down in a world. There's no story. It's just fully open world RPG. Emphasis on the open world part. No story, which I don't hate. I feel like if you're gonna have no story, commit full throttle to it. You know. Let's not do a Fallout 76. Oh, topical jokes. Oh, he's so edgy. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so it plunks you down in the world, and there are a few different game starts with varying difficulty. I just went with a default one because it suggested that's how the game's meant to be played, so I wanted to experience the game in its most meant to be playedness. You know what I mean? And it plunks you down this town called Hub. I think that's what it's called. You got a mappy hub. Here we go. So here's the full map that we've got here. It's not like super big. Like, for example, I can get to over here in maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes if I'm running at full speed. There are speed controls. Anyway, Rick, hey buddy, don't get ahead of yourself. There's so much going on here. I'm bound to get excited and go off on tangents. So it puts you down in this town called Hub that's ruined, and you can find out why it's ruined here and there. But it doesn't like spoon feed you with exposition. You can just go full mechanics and play the game if you want, and you can ignore the lore and the backstory and whatever. So I believe the backstory is it's an alien planet, post-apocalyptic, so there are weird creatures, and it's sci-fi, right? It's post-apocalyptic sci-fi, not on Earth, with like Japanese undertones or overtones, whatever kind of tones. I don't know where they are, but there are tones, man. So we're talking like katanas and that kind of thing, and kind of Japanesey aesthetic here and there. So you're in this ruined town, and the first thing I noticed, which was wild, is that you can actually, let me show you. You can actually click on some of these ruined structures. Here we go. And you can purchase them, my dude. What? Yo! That's when the first little mind explosion coalesced for me, right? So I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be this open world RPG. I can probably do a whole bunch of different things. I've heard stories, you know, and then I get in there and I realize that I can actually build. I can buy these structures, I can fix them up, and then I can build stuff in them, and I can work out of them. And it's not just that, man. You can set up outposts. So I don't know if I can properly show you because the camera is kind of limited around where your people are, presumably to lessen the load on your PC, maybe? I don't know. But basically, if you haven't got people in the vicinity, you can't really see what's going on there, which may be a gameplay thing as well, to not make things OP. But you might see a light right there. There's a campfire, and I've got an iron... Is it smelter? Hang on, let me have a look. I've got, we go to mining, iron refinery, right? So what I was doing, I'll show you that in a second. I want to show you something before I go and do that. But just real briefly, I was mining, I started out mining copper and selling it to the bar here, which is right here, which is sort of like the source of all commerce in this ruined world, at least, you know, so far in what I've seen. And there's actually a rebel bar that I found over here somewhere. So if I need to, you know, do some things on the sly, you know how it goes. See, even the dog's excited. It's fantastic. So I was selling copper to the bar and making some bank there, because raw copper ore goes for a decent amount. And then I realized what was happening. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure if this is a mechanic, but what looked like what was happening was I was kind of draining the bar's resources in like their iron resources, so I couldn't buy iron plates from them anymore, but suddenly copper plates started showing up. And I'm thinking, hang on, is that because I was feeding them copper? Whoa, I don't know if that's true, but that's what it looked like, right? So then I thought, okay, I'll start selling them iron, which doesn't sell for as much, but then iron plates started showing up. Coincidence? Possibly, but it seems like pretty cool. It seems like there's maybe a working economy there, which excited me. And then I thought, well, hang on, buddy. I need these iron plates to build some of these structures that I want, like storage and whatnot, which we've got in my houses. I can show you that in a second. You know what? I'm just going to grab Frank Baby here, and I'm going to show you what I got in my situations over here. Speed up time. Okay, so I've got a copper storage. So what I could do is once I hired recruits, once I hired NPCs, the first one I got was Heft. Then I got Hobbs, which he came along for free. He's got a little bit of a backstory to go with him. I think he's dying or something like that. I don't know. And I set them to auto mine copper, and they would just send it back to here, and then Frank Baby could sit here in this luxurious home out of the heat, and he would occasionally make copper runs to the bar. Fantastic. Oh. Anyway, so then I needed so many iron plates, I decided, hey yo, I'm draining the bar's stock of iron plates, I'm just gonna make iron plates myself. So I did. So I started mining iron ore, which doesn't sell for as much, but then you can feed it into an iron refinery, which I have somewhere now. I've lost it. Up there somewhere. And iron plates come out, and then they sell for more. So suddenly now I'm making more money from selling iron plates, and also I have a stock of iron plates whenever I need them to build something, and I'm partying on 7 or 8 different levels, at least 12 levels guaranteed. It was fantastic. Then I had enough money to hire Molly, who's now my official bodyguard, and Molly was a little more expensive, make no mistake. And now we've got no money. We've got no money to speak of whatsoever, but we've got a squad, right? And I'll tell you what I've been doing with that squad. I've been going into houses and wrecking up the place. So, you know, I'll show you over here. There's one still over here. So I'm actually gearing up to make a play on these boys here. This boy? There's only one boy. No, there's the other boy, right? We got to be careful here. These guys are bruisers. Make no mistake. So, now that I have, listen, this is how it goes. You're really weak to start off with, really weak, right? So you need to gang up on just everyone as best you can, right? You're gonna make it in this world 1v1ing savages left and right. You need superior numbers. You need it to be unfair, and you need as many tennis rackets and samurai swords as possible. Why do I keep saying tennis rackets? There are no tennis rackets in the game. It's a reference to Futurama, just so you know. Okay, so this is how it goes. So I've got 2 structures here that I've purchased with my hard-earned money. This is also my research situation. What is going on here? Yo, there's bandits now? Hang on. Escaped servant. What are they doing? Or are bandits coming in? Yo! Hungry band. Right. Okay, guys. So listen. Let me pause it for a second. It's a living, breathing world, and there are cannibals and bandits running around the place, wrecking shit up. So it's not, ooh, my headphones are falling off. It's not an easy game, make no mistake. Well, it's not hard mechanically, I would say. Like, it's easy to say, hey, I want to achieve that, and I'm going to do it. So it's not mechanically difficult, but it's, it's strategically difficult. That's what I'm trying to say. Strategically difficult. So you need to pick your fights. If you got bandits coming into town, maybe it's time to say, hey buddy, let's cut and run and wait for the bandits to sweep out. Something else that I had to contend with is, you know, the further I went out with my mining operations, the more in danger I was from bandit attacks, and not just bandits, but like holy warriors and whatnot, just real bastards trying to wreck up the place, and it's not nice. It's not nice. Now, if you get beaten to senseless with tennis rackets, is it the end of the world? No. You can revive your boys. I've been in situations where all my guys have been taken out, and I haven't lost. They've just been like unconscious crawling on the floor. I don't know what to do at that point, I'll be honest. Quick load. That's what we do at that point, okay? So let's grab all of our guys and let's maybe get up onto the walls here and out of harm's way, and let's see what happens with these bandits, and hopefully the whole situation blows over. Luckily, they're met with some resistance, which is interesting. I haven't seen this before. So this might be why Hub is in a bad situation, because there's these constant hungry bandits. Why are they always hungry? That's the thing. Like, at what point, like when you're in a state of perpetual hunger, at what point do you just get dead? That's the issue here. But they're getting food from somewhere, that's for sure. So you can also go out and hunt wild animals and skin them and get their meat and cook stuff for yourself. But it's difficult because they will beat you senseless. Guaranteed. So it's a kind of game where yes, there is a bit of a grind. Yes, there is. But because of the automation that the game allows you, I feel like the grind is not so bad. And you can play it in so many different ways, and that's fantastic. Like, you can do what I was doing and go full automation. Let's get into iron industry and sell it to the bar, and we'll make bank that way, and we can build up our forces that way. Or if you want to be a 12th level scrub and go at it hardcore, you can just venture out into the wasteland, into the desert, and try to make it on your own with one guy maybe, or just a couple of guys. Even with my 4 fully kitted blokes, and I say fully kitted in a start of the game kind of sense, so you actually start off with pretty much nothing to begin with. Nothing that actually provides you with armor. Nothing that provides you with legitimate protection at all. I need a better sword there. That's better. Okay. Now that I actually have things that provide me a little bit of protection, and I receive this just from being a scumbag and beating people senseless and stealing their stuff. And you may notice up here, let's take our guys to the roof of my 3rd premises here. I have bought 3 lovely buildings, and my fondest hope is to set up some kind of industry and then use this as my own little tavern, my own little shop. And I have built a little shop counter that, there it is right there. It doesn't seem to be working right now. I don't know what I need to do to get it working. I mean, I know that you need to provide stock, but I have, and no one's bought anything. But presumably what happens there is if you put stuff in it, people will come in and buy it. I'd love to set up my own little shop there. That's fantastic. Okay, so we do have corpses here. That is a dead boy. Okay, can we do anything with it? Throw out of home? I mean, okay. So that's a dead ninja. That's because I kidnapped his unconscious corpse and brought him up onto my roof, hoping that maybe I could do something with him. I don't know what. Listen, I'm not going to judge the game for affording me unusual options, but it looks like he's just died of his wounds, regardless. So look, that's alright. That's how it goes. And I actually had 3 other boys there. Where are they? Couldn't tell you, dude. Maybe they woke up and ran off. That's a distinct possibility. Okay, so how are we going with the bandit raid? Who was that? That's a hungry bandit leader. Yo! Hungry bandit? Yo. Okay, quick save. My friends, we're gonna pick up the scraps. This is what the game is about. We're scavengers, and that's okay. Hungry bandit, don't it, yo? Come on, guys, let's go. Okay, he's not mad at me just yet. Let's see what's on this corpse here. Yo! Corpse scavenging, I'm happy to do it. See this bloke here? Hungry bandit. I'm sorry, pal. Attack unprovoked. You're easy pickings. And I will furnish myself with experience. Look at him go. You know, I'm gonna say basic. As basic as the graphics are, I actually get a little bit of a kick out of the combat, the group combat animations, I gotta say, because they kind of like, it's a little bit my turn, your turn, but it looks coordinated and it looks nice. It's nice enough. Okay, so this will be good stuff that we can sell. Hopefully, no room for that, my dude. Headphones though. Okay. So as far as I can tell, each of my characters, so just to be clear, Frank Baby is the character that I made, and there's fairly extensive character creation, which is kind of cool. You can make like even a hunchback or a really tall thin guy. It's fucked up and weird. It's great. Even you can even adjust the face, even though you'll probably never see it. It's great. So he's the only guy that I've fully created myself. And these other folks are people I found in the world and recruited. But as far as I can tell, there's no gating off of functionality of what they can do. Like, everyone can do anything, right? So if Frank Baby dies permanently, assuming that's a thing that can happen, do I lose a game? In theory, maybe not. I don't know. Because anyone can do everything, right? It's interesting. So, hang on. Let me just grab everything here. That's gonna be, I think that's gonna sell for 107, which is, whoa, which is pretty good. Yo, horse chopper. Yo, give it to Frank Baby. I'm freaking out. Cutting damage. It's actually not that good. Is that right? It does less damage than my previous one. Cutting damage, 0.46. Blood loss, 1.10 times. So it's like, it's worse than what I got, but it's also like, I'm keeping it because it's just so badass. That's fantastic. Okay, great. There's our little excursion in scavenging, and see that's I love that kind of stuff. We had no part in that. We're just picking up the scraps of something that the world did on its own, and I love that. That's what this game is about. So yes, you can build. You can let me have a look here. I mean, we can go, for the moment we can build a small shack. So how do you get more buildings? Well, I'll tell you. So let's grab Frank Baby here. We'll go into our very first structure that we claimed with our own hard-earned money, and there it is. So there's our research bench, and this allows us to queue up research of various buildings and whatnot that do various things. For example, stone mining, farming, which is probably something I really need to figure out how to do. Fuel generation, defense, makeshift walls. You can build walls. You can build your own settlements, dude. Like, it's like, what is this game? The scope of it is intense. It's like, it starts out as a balls hard, complex little trash looking RPG, and you can play it like that. And then you recruit some guys, and suddenly it's like a space sim almost on land. Or an RTS of sorts, and you know, then you get more and more guys, and you can launch full-scale combats and build defenses and settlements, and like, what is this game? It's everything. It's fascinating, man. I've never seen anything like it. It's fantastic. And like I said, the element, the automation just makes it so nice. Because, I mean, that's how you handle all these individual actors. Because you can control each of these individuals. And, you know, everything they do. You can control everything they do. The only reason I got Molly following Frank around is because I set her as a bodyguard. And it's surprisingly clear as well. You know, I've heard people say that it's complex and obtuse. But I don't think it is. I think for what it is, it's surprisingly intuitive. Like, for example, you've got jobs over here, and this is part of your automation. So when you right click on, I think most tasks, it will set up as a job. So for example, let's take our full squad, and let's just run over here for the moment, and I can show you my mining setup if we can. Have we lost a tree? Why has that happened? It's just not loaded in yet. So the world kind of streams as... Whoa! No! Yo, though! Have I lost my boys? Molly's down. Who are these guys? They're alien boys. Band of Bones. Yeah, these are some alien blokes. Look at their faces, dude. And I love that. I love that you can zoom so far into this foul situation. Okay, so that's incredibly unfortunate. Oh, Heft and Molly. Raid against the outpost has ended. Yeah, so we just walked into a bunch of guys raiding our outpost. So can we go and grab these? Grab our friends. These are like my two best guys. Let's see if we can heal them. I don't know if we have med kits. We have no med kits. My 2 dead guys have med kits. I have no med kit. So what, hang on. What if I... Well, first I want to slow down time. What if I grab Yo, though? Okay, grab the med kit. And Hob, also trade with Heft. And grab the med kit. And then we'll go medic. Medic, which heals yourself and everyone around you. So nice and simple. You know, it's complex, but I feel like for the most part, it gives you the tools to strip away the over complexity and just play the game. Which is great. That's what I want to see, you know? It's blowing my mind. I thought I was gonna hate this. Okay, let's speed up here. Hopefully we can get our guys back. Heft, what are you doing, pal? Heft, I think is getting there. Her chest is damaged. Look, we might have to go back to a previous save. You know what, guys? I think I might do that. Bear with me just a moment. Alright, so we're back. I've gone and looted the Hungry Bandits again, so we got some stuff. Let me just go and sell all the stuff that I don't want. Here to buy, thank you very much. So, there's also a system wherein if you steal from a faction and then try to sell that stuff back to that same faction, they'll get mad. So you got to be careful, but it shows you, right? It says stolen goods, no problem. This guy doesn't care that I stole from the bandit boys. So we're gonna make a little bit of money here. Don't even trip. Sell them the lead pipes. I don't care. Okay. I think we just sell everything else. Everything else I've got is like rock solid, more or less. Fantastic. So we got the big boy sword, and I'm ready to go. So let's go back over here and see if we can win this fight. I think this is the last group of squatters hanging out in this ruined city. So don't even trip. Don't even trip. I'm ready. Okay. Okay, guys. You ready? Right click, hold. Attack unprovoked. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yes. In the back. Yo. We can check his situation. Oh, he's a tough boy. He's no. No. I've been betrayed! Who are these blokes? Ninja guard? No, they saw... Okay. Okay, so, listen. My guys need some training. I mean, they do have stats and experience and whatnot, and... It's gonna take some time, guys. That's the grinding element. It's gonna take some time, but... Hey, look, there you go. Have you played Kenshi? What do you think about it? What do you think about this concept of game? Hang on. How to do bounties? Listen, I need to read that in my own time. I need to know all about that, make no mistake, because I do have bounties that I would like to furnish myself with. Oh, listen, there's so much here. There's so much here. Have you ever played a game like this? Ever. I mean, it really gives me vibes of old school stuff, of old school games where my perception was graphically they were limited by the time that they were made. But in terms of vision, in terms of scope and creativity of the devs, the sky was the limit. Like, you had games that allowed you to do so much, and there was so much attention to detail. They just weren't that well represented visually, just because of the technology. And I got like a weird kink about that. I've got this weird thing where if you give me a game that looks like low res, especially low res is my thing. But if you give me a game that looks old, but the complexity and the detail in it is huge, I'm gonna have kittens, man. It's gonna like I need a moment to myself whenever I see something like that. But yeah, let me know. Have you ever seen anything like this? What do you think about the concept? I'm really into it. It's also the kind of game that if you want, you know, with all the automation, you can kind of play it semi-AFK while you're doing other stuff on the sly. Ooh, but for the moment, guys, thank you very much for watching. Taste the game, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time. Ricky Summer, out.